Good morning students, I hope you all are fine. In this video class, I am going to teach about the third part which is present in the control structure. Okay, your control structure is divided into conditional, looping and unconditional statement. In this video class, I am going to teach about the unconditional statement. The other name of unconditional statement is loop control statement. Okay, why we say it is a unconditional or loop control statement means, unconditional means, see the conditional statements, there should be one condition. See, if else, then nested if, these are the conditional statement, right? So, if, then one condition will be there. Depend upon the condition, the flow of execution of the program will be changed. For unconditional statement, you don't have any conditions. For the unconditional statement, don't have any condition. Without conditions, automatically the flow of execution will be changed depend upon the statements. Okay, so here no condition will be there, but the flow of execution will be changed. That's the reason we say it is the unconditional statement. Why we say it is a loop control statement is, it is used mainly inside the loop. Okay, it should be mainly used inside the looping statement. What are the looping statement you studied in Python? One is for loop, another one is while loop. So, the unconditional statements are used only inside the, mainly used inside the loops, while loop as well as for loop. It always works along with the, conditional statements like if else. All of you understood? So, your unconditional statements or loop control statements are divided into three in Python. One is break, second one is continue, third one is pass. So, I am going to teach that only. Break, continue, pass. Okay. First one is break. Okay. So, the syntax is break. In the smaller case, you have to write. Okay. So, used to terminate the loop. It's a keyword. Break is a keyword. Okay. What's the use of break? It is used to terminate the loop. What is terminate? It is used to stop the loop or break the loop conditions. Okay. So, for what is loop? Loop is used to execute the statements repeatedly. In some point of view, some point of time, you want to break that loop means, that place we can use a break. Okay. So, these loop control statements works along with the conditional statements. Okay. I can give, if this condition is true, just break the loop. So, break is used to terminate the loop or break the loop or come out of the loop. How it will work means, once the break statement got executed by the interrupter, it will be automatically come out of the loop and the control given to the next line which is present out of the loop. Okay. How the flow will be executed? Once the break statement got executed, at that time itself, the control will be given to the next line which is present outside the loop. Okay. So, see this example. For, here I am using a for loop. Both the loops you can use. For, I is a variable, in is a membership operator. This is the syntax of for loop. Here I am using a sequence type of for loop. So, this computer is a string. How I can say it is a string? Any variable, any value comes along with the double quotes. See, enclosed in the double quotes means we can say it is a string. How the for loop will work? The first iteration, the for is used to iterate the sequence data type. So, string is a collection of characters. This computer is a collection of characters, right? So, in the first iteration, I will take the C value. The second iteration, I will take the O. The third iteration, I will take the M. Is it correct? So, see here, first for I in computer. So, what is the I value now? I is C now. So, here C equal to P. C equal to P. Condition true? No. Condition is not true. So, this break cannot be executed. Already I told it works along with the conditional statement. So here if condition. It's always, it's mostly used inside the looping. See, inside the loop only we are using. Okay, so this condition is false. So break should not be executed. So it will print. Okay, after completion of this line, the interpreter will execute this I. So first it will print C. Again, after completing, again for loop. For I in. Now what's the value of I? O. So here O equal to P. Condition false again. So this break cannot be executed. It will come out of the loop and it will print I. Sorry, it will print O. Okay, again, so this break belongs to this if, and this for is for these two statements. Okay, inside this for only this if condition as well as print is there. So inside the for, both the statements want to be executed. All of you got it? Now the third iteration, what's the I value? M. So M equal to P. Condition false. Again break should not be executed. So it will, M will be printed. Print I. So M will be printed. In the next iteration, I value equal to P. Now P equal to P. Condition true or false? Condition is true. Once this condition is true, this break will be executed. What the break will do? The break will terminate the loop, terminate the for loop, and the control will be given back to the next line. The control will given to the next line outside the for loop. Outside the for loop, here no lines are there. So nothing will be printed. So your program output is COM. Why? Break statement. P equal to P. So condition true. Break will be executed. What the break will do? It will break the loop. It will terminate the loop. And the flow will come out to the next line out of the for. Here out of the for. Your for loop is ended here. Out of the for, no statement is there. So your program will be finished. Got it? So break is used to break or terminate the loop. It will be worked in both while and for. The next one is continue. What is continue? Continue will, what the continue will do? It's opposite to break. Continue will continue the loop. It won't allow the other statements to execute next to the continue. That the continue will do. Okay. Continue is the another keyword. Okay. What it will do means, once the continue statement will be executed, it will go back to the loop. It won't terminate. It go back to the loop. The below statements which is present in the continue, the below statement which is present after the continue, which is present in the loop, should not be executed. For example, in your loop, 5 lines are there. Your third line is continue. Once the continue got executed, the fourth and fifth line will be skipped. And it will go back to the loop again. This is continue will do. Used to skip an iteration of the loop and continue the remaining iterations. Okay. So see the syntax. Just you have to use continue is a keyword. In smaller letter you have to write. See this example, you will get the clear idea. For I in computer. So what's the I value first? C. So C equal to P. Condition true or false. So these two belongs to for. This is belongs to if. Okay. Condition is false. So continue should not be executed. It will print I. So C will be printed. After completing this, again for loop. Again for I in O. Now what's the I value? O. So O equal to P. Again condition false. It will print O. The third iteration, what's the I value? M. So m equal to p. Again condition false. It will print the I. So m. The fourth iteration, fourth time, 1, 2, 3, fourth time, the I value is p. P equal to p. So this condition is true. So this continue will be executed. Once the continue got executed, it will skip all the lines, the remaining lines which is present in the loop. What the remaining line present here? Print I. Print I is present down after the continue. So this line will be skipped. What will happen means this continue will go back to the for loop. It won't allow the others line to execute. Continue. It will again continue the for loop. It will skip the statements next to the continue. So what will happen? This p cannot be printed here. The p should not be printed because it was skipped. So again, now what's the I value? U. U equal to p, condition false. So it will print U. The next iteration, T. T equal to p, condition false. So it will be printed. The next iteration, E. E equal to p, condition false. So print I. Then the last iteration, this I value equal to R. R equal to p, so condition false, it will print I. So what's the difference between break and continue? Break is used to terminate and come after the loop. Continue is used to continue the loop and skip the below statements present in after the continue. All of you got it? The third one is pause. This pause is not present in the another programming languages. It is special in Python. For example, what's the need of pause means? I will say example. I am going to write the function. Okay. So what's the syntax of function? Def function name and body want to be there. I am just writing the function like this. Def add colon. I am not writing anything here. Just I am put add. Okay. Whether it's lead error 1,2 for example. Whether this code will lead error? Yes, surely it will lead error. Once the program got executed, the control will be given to the function. Inside the function, nothing is here. Inside the function, nothing is here. So what will happen? It leads the error. It's a syntax error. For the function, body should be required. Okay. So for avoiding the error, I can put pause here. So what's the use of pause? Pause is nothing but it's a null operation, but it is used to avoid the syntactical error. In future, I can add something instead of the pause place. So you can use in the if condition, you can use in the loop, you can use in the function, anywhere you can use this pause. This pause won't do anything. It's a null operation, but the main use of this pause is it is used to avoid the syntactical error for making the concept correct, and in future you can add or you can correct the function or loop, the if, with the help of some statements instead of this pause. I can remove the pause and then I can add the other statements. That's the use of pause. Okay. Used when the statement is syntactical correct but not to execute. It will execute but it won't do any operation. That is pause. So for that you have to use a keyword pause in small letter. So see this example for I in computer. So what the output? The first iteration, what's the value of I? C. C equal to P. Whether the condition is true? No, condition is false. So pause should not be executed. So I. Print I. What's the I value now? C. Why I am using is pause here? As per the if conditional statement, one condition and statement is there. If the pause is not there, it's a error. This program is error because no body is there. So for instead of putting the body or statement, I am using pass. Okay. So first C will be printed. In the next iteration, what's the value? O. O equal to P. Condition true or false? Condition is false. So it will print O. Again, the third iteration, M. Condition false. So it will print M. The fourth iteration, P equal to P. Condition is true. Once the condition is true, what will happen? Pass will be executed. What the pass will do? It do nothing. It's a null operation. So it won't do anything. So P also will be printed. In the next iteration, U. Next iteration, T. Next iteration, E. Next iteration, R. Like that, it will print one by one. It will print all the terms which is present in the computer. So your output is COMPUTER. Nothing will be skipped. Nothing will be terminated. It's a null operation. Okay, so what are the things we discussed? So I explained about the loop control statement and unconditional statements. Break, pass, continue. I hope you understand this concept, students. Thank you.